at the end? So at the end, there are 4 areas in our lives. That is our self, and one is self. The other one is relationships,
Situation,
situations,
relationships, and work.
work. Yes. So when the problems come in these areas, what is the solution? Problem means weakness, and a weakness can be overcome with the power. So which power we have to apply in these areas was the question. Did you get the answer?
Oh,
Okay.
sorry, what's the question again?
The question was, what is the which power we have to apply when we get the problems in these 4 areas?
Okay. I think the powers we need to apply, power to accommodate, power to face
Which area?
challenges.
Which area you're talking
Sorry?
about? Which area we have to apply these powers?
Yeah, if this problems come up, if
Yes,
this
the
problems
forces.
come up in situations of relations and
Now
war,
here, this
okay,
is
and
the
these 4
thing.
areas.
Yeah. So when the problems come in situations, what are the powers that we have to apply?
The first power I think we have to apply is the power to accommodate.
Okay, power to
That
accommodate
is
this
the power
situation.
to adjust.
Power to adjust.
Yes,
Okay.
power to accommodate, and then yes. Then I also think we will also use the power to face. To face, we need courage, purpose, confidence, and determination to solve whatever problems we find ourselves in.
In the self?
In the self, we need power to discern, so that we have faith in ourselves. We need wisdom, and we need to be committed and to balance. Am I right? You're not saying anything.
You're going on, you're trying. What about relationships?
For relationships, we need I didn't I missed the 6th, 7th, and 8th powers, because my network was not good enough.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
See, this
so I
is
didn't
power to
take time
judge, power to discern, power to accommodate or adjust, power to tolerate, then power to pack up, power to withdraw. We started our journey with this.
Yes.
We understood like this. These are the powers. So now by looking at these 8 powers, we can say very easily. Brother Ben, what do you think? But you want to throw some light about your choice of applying the powers in different areas?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, for example, in relationship, I think we have the power to tolerate
Yes.
and the power to cooperate.
I also think, hello,
Did you hear me?
Yeah, yes, I'm listening.
I also think in relationship, we need power to discern. I think we need power to discern as well.
I'm sorry, yeah, I've been hearing to you about the relationship, what Brother Bain said, power to tolerance, and what's the other one, Brother Bain?
It's to cooperate.
To cooperate, okay. And Sister Jumoke, what is your choice?
Yes, in addition to that, I think we also need power to discern,
Power
because
to
we need to discern, yes, if
Mm,
that's actually true love
mm,
or,
mm,
yeah. Mm.
mm. Correct. And what about the work area?
Well, we need, I think, power to judge, because in work you need to put trust,
Mm,
clarity, honesty, and accuracy. You also need power to face, because you must be courageous to take up any challenge. Sense of purpose, you must have sense of purpose. You must have confidence in yourself, and you must be determined to excel. Are we right?
mm. Thank you so much for sharing your choices. As per the definitions that we have understood, I think you all are right, because nothing is wrong in this whole story. That is the beauty. Why it is not wrong? Because whatever you have chosen is as per your understanding and experience. So all these years in life, you have been seeing these things, and it's nothing new about situations and relationships. And however you are facing it, you are speaking your experience. Now here, that these definitions are very spiritual definitions. And in these definitions, we understand about these powers in a more deeper and a more non-violent manner, in a more spiritual manner. And as we just look into these powers, power to pack up, power to tolerate, just try and absorb the energy of these definitions. Power to accommodate, power to discern, power to judge, power to face, power to cooperate. These are the 8 powers. And we are here. Situations are our creation. Situations are the results or fruits of the seeds that we have sown in the past. And so, when it is the fruits that we have sown in the past, then we just have to, what do we have to do? We just have to accept them. We cannot avoid the situation. And we should not be escaping from the situation. So in that case, we have to face the situation. Power to face. But this situation has come to me, but there's no guarantee that it shall remain forever with me. The situation can pass. And sometimes this situation can come for others as well. When it comes to me, I have to apply power to face. When it comes to others, then I have to apply power to cooperate. And especially it becomes a power in cooperation, because if those people who might not have cooperated with me in my bad times, in my situations, and when they are in a situation, in a very bad patch of life, it's our responsibility to cooperate. That is when it becomes power to cooperate. Now, self means we have a lot of problems in our own self. Sometimes our own nature is disturbing to our personality. Sometimes our likes and dislikes are against to our needs. So there's a lot of conflict and confusion within our own self. So the power to withdraw, moments of silence, withdrawing from different situations. It's not escapism. You withdraw in the whole day, like tortoise, just withdraw for a moment, charge yourself, be with yourself, and then come back into the roles that we are playing. And also power to pack up. Power to withdraw is incomplete without pack up. We have withdrawn, but we did not pack up. So then there will be a problem. So power to pack up also is very, very necessary. Now, number 3 is relationships, that is power to tolerate. It is very much important. Let me tell you, relationships means, what I mean to say is mother, father, and children, marriages that we perform, choosing our life partners. And I agree with Sister Jumoke that you have, in choosing a life partner, you need power to discern also, but power to discern might only make us materialistically to choose, judge somebody, and we cannot judge anybody properly, because sometimes in front of you they can be very, very nice, and on the basis of that what we see and hear we judge, but we do not know what is inside of anybody. So here, when you already are in a relationship, try and make up. If it is getting difficult, then you have choices always. So in relationship, it's always power to tolerate, better than leaving. Tolerance is tolerating the differences in each other. When we tolerate, what happens is, at least the relationship will go on, because nobody is perfect in this world. And the choices that we make, we choose. We cannot choose most of our relationship. Most of our relations are based on the actions that we have performed with those people in our past, in this birth or past journeys. So they certainly come and take our energy because we have taken theirs in the past. So power to tolerate is a beautiful understanding that everybody is related to me to settle the accounts with me. Any choice that we make by discerning people, by judging people, is not going to make our life a red carpet life or a very flowery garden-like life. Life remains the same. There is one sister who came for a counseling in the center, and she was asking, "Sister, I am really very bad in my relationship, so I need your help to understand." I said, "Certainly, if you think so, then I will try my best to understand your situation." She says, I'm not very happy in marriages, because first time when I got married, I was not happy with him. And we really found that we are not actually a perfect match to each other. And I decided, I thought, I cannot live with you. With all your so-called routine is too much for me. And so I took divorce from him. And in my second marriage, somehow I managed and got married. And in my second marriage, my husband really didn't like the way I am. And so he could not tolerate me. So he has asked for a divorce. I didn't have any problem with him, but he had too many problems with me. So he took a divorce. I had no choice than giving divorce. And in my third marriage, very soon after the marriage, that we came to a conclusion that we both are totally different personalities and we don't really match. And so when we are not compatible and we failed utterly in the compatibility tests, and so they both decided mutually that they are not going to live together. So they together with happily, they took divorce with each other. So now it is a question mark. She's asking, should I actually get married or not? Am I not made for having a relationship or not? Why God is so injustice to me? And I have no peaceful, loving relationship at all. So if this is the situation, what do you say? Where is the problem? Relationships, though you choose and though you select and write so many compatibility tests and everything, finally it shall be there only when you practice this power to tolerance and power to accommodate. Nobody is perfect in this world. So whomever you choose, if you want to stay, live along with the differences and with the incompatibility, incapacities and all of these disqualifications and everything, weaknesses, then we need to tolerate and we need to accommodate. If we start changing, you can change at least your life partners, but you can't change your parents. You can't change your siblings. You just have to tolerate. You just have to accommodate with an understanding. It is not out of compulsion and it is not out of compromise. It is called as adjustment. Adjustment is different from what do you call that? Just now I said. One is compulsion and the other one is, what is that one? I forgot, it starts with C. So no relationship is a compulsion, should not be, you cannot be in a relationship with out of compulsion or out of pressure. It should be a pleasure, and that is possible when you adjust. Compromise, yes. No compulsion, no compromise. Compromises cannot really help you to go for a long way. So relationships break. Successful relationship means tolerance and accommodation. So in America, there was a couple who were celebrating 25th year of their marriage anniversary. Are you listening to me? Very interesting thing that has happened.
Yes, we're listening.
So a couple is celebrating 25 years of their wedding anniversary, and they throw a gala party and everybody has come and a lot of food is made and wonderful music, gifts, everything. And then people were dancing, and just finally before they leave, they wanted to have a chit chat with the couple to understand, because in the gathering there were newlywed couples also. And they said, we want to take some benefit of your experience. How is it in America? Especially people just give divorce every now and then. If they just don't like it, they don't care for anything. They just give divorce very easily. And in Islam, it is much more easy. They said, talak, 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 that's it, finish it. So how come 25 years you were very happily staying together? And they said, well, we understood each other. Now, what is the understanding? Actually, he said, I did not do much to really pull along this relationship for 25 years. I think my wife is more tolerant and understanding. That's the reason I'm very lucky to have such a person. Otherwise, anybody would have left me for whatever I am. And people ask the wife, what did you do? And the wife said, I just understood him that in life, he likes one thing, that is cricket. He likes cricket. And the cricket season, when it comes, it is my holidays. So in my holidays, I want to spend more time with my husband. She's also a working lady in the school. So in those holidays, school holidays, she also gets holidays. But then the cricket is there. So she wants to spend good time. In the first 1-2 years, she understood. The moment she's trying to really tell him, let's go out, let's go for shopping, please help me in this work or cleaning, big fights used to happen. And the whole house is in chaos. No cooperation, no peace, no love, no respect for each other. And so it went on for at least 1 year. And next year, she said again, as the days are moving, calendar is moving ahead, then again the season of cricket has come, and now he would like to watch cricket. So these are the 2 months that I have to keep my mouth shut. I should not talk to him. I should not really call him for anything. I should just allow him to watch his favorite cricket. And with this understanding, she said, till date, I have no problem. The 2 months, I will forget that he's in my life. I just eat all the more, I will cook and serve him in time. He will just eat and he will watch cricket. Nothing he will do. And this is what I have to accept. If I don't accept, then I cannot live with him. And rest, after the cricket, he is such a good person. He will do everything that you want, cleaning, helping in cooking and paying the bills and everything, taking care of the dogs, everything he will do. But those 2 months, he will become my enemy if I disturb him. So I understood, and that's it. This is what it is. So what is the essence of the story?
We must learn to accommodate and tolerate each other.
That's it. If you keep changing the relationships, there is no end to it. And nobody is perfect. If we change this person, what is the guarantee the other person whom you are choosing will remain forever in the life with lot of peace and will appreciation and cooperation and all of those things will be there? There's no guarantee. So might as well we can check and change ourselves by loading ourselves with these powers to tolerate and accommodate, no matter what. Then the relationship can go along for a long time. Next, work. Work is to power to discrimination, discern, and power to judge. Because work is all about a logic. You have to be applying logic. So that is the reason discern and judge can be suitable. Now, all of these things are as per the definitions. Probably sometimes you might feel that you need more power. Well, you can apply, but then please pay attention that certain powers don't get matched together. Power to tolerate and power to face are totally opposite. So we need to know when to use what. And if you're aware about the situation clearly and you are aware when you have to use a power, which power, then you're a good meditator, can use the right power at the right time and can be free from that situation. Are you okay? Did you like it?
Yes, yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, yes, please.
So these are the other connections to understand. Thank you. And now
Thank
we
you.
will go. Thank you. So it's time for us to understand about Kalpa Vriksha, that is Kalpa Vriksha. Kalpa means 5,000 years. Vriksha means tree. The tree of Kalpa, the huge eternal tree. One is the cycle, the other one is a ladder, the third one, and the last one is a tree. I just drew it like this, but it is very easy to understand. It might not look very beautiful, but it is easy to understand. Kindly pay attention and try and understand the concept which is ingrained in this particular tree. It's a tree which has a seed, branches, trunk, like this. And you can see the seed of the tree, because this is a human genealogical tree. It's all about the human civilization, about human souls. And the seed is the Supreme Soul, Supreme Father himself. And the roots are those important people who enter into heaven for the first. And the roots are the main thing that will connect the whole tree to the seed. Now, in heaven, as we know that it is a Sun dynasty, they are completely pure. The religion itself is purity. They're 16 degrees complete and perfect. They are called as deities. They go on for 1,250 years. They are voiceless, they are rulers, and they are worthy of worship. And as the time is passing in the trunk itself, you find the semi-heaven that is called a Silver Age, which is Moon dynasty. Here also they practice purity, but it is 14 celestial degrees complete. They are warriors because there is a war between the self, that whether the self is a soul or self is a body. So little conflict will start at the end of this particular age. And that's the reason why devotion begins. When the devotion begins, it is 12 degrees in each soul. When the degrees have decreased, then the religions have started outside. The births also has got increased. As you see, the first religion is Islam. Abraham has established this religion. These are the Judaic cults actually. And every particular religion has 4 faces, pure. Actually, 3 faces. In purity, they have 2 faces, highest purity and less purity, then mediocre, then impure, then severe impurity. Like these 5 stages are there. Like there are 5 timing in the cycle. There, even every religion goes from new to old, from pure to impure. It's a journey. Because here the law of entropy is working. So as you see, this Islam, when it has started, it was just one big branch. And because it was in the same time when devotion was going on, where the idol worship was going on, they have just condemned the idol worship and they said, God is light. And so we should only connect by, namaz, meditation like that. But then after the due course of time, when it reached to its own stage of copper stage, like mediocre stage, then there is duality. It is divided into 2, Shias and Sunnis. And then after that, when it became in an iron-aged iron stage, then it became multiple divisions in the religion. Even every mosque considers itself to be a separate religion, and every mosque considers it to be ancient and the most best and the original. Same thing is happening with other religions as well. After Islam, Buddhism has come. Gautama Buddha is a founder of the religion, and his own concept is non-violence. And after Buddhism, Christianity, because in Buddhism is followed by Japan, China, Bhutan, like places. Of course, it is in India as well. Christianity has come. Lord Jesus Christ has come and established. Before Jesus Christ, there were few, but it was not a recognizable, strong religion. From the contribution of Lord Jesus Christ, the Christianity came out to be very strong and powerful religion. And during the same time, there is a religion of renunciation, Adi Shankaracharya, mostly in India, but it was also observed other places, because the aim of these people is to just renounce the worldly pleasures, to attain something beyond physical. So renunciation is their path. And then later you can see Muslims also has come, because Muhammad, the Prophet, has established Muslim religion. Islam is different from Muslim. And then Sikhism has come. Guru Nanak is the leader who established this religion. Then after this 6, then no other major religions have come. Rest are all isms and cults. Arya Samaj, Brahma Samaj, Gandhian philosophy, Theosophical philosophy, confluence have started, Zoroastrianism, Taoism, like that many isms have come. And they all have tried to help people to stabilize in this chaotic atmosphere. And as you see that, are you okay till now?
Yes,
No,
we are. I'm
there is
Let me just complete this tree, another 5 minutes, that you can ask your questions. So in order to establish each and every religion, there is a lot of power which is needed. A soul who takes birth from the mother's womb cannot establish any religion. But a soul which is directly coming from the land of light will enter into the body, not through the womb, will have the power to establish the religion. And all these religions, if you see, when they're at their inception, most of them, they spoke such powerful concept about God, such powerful faith that they had, because when they entered from the up above, they only spoke from where they have come. They only spoke about land of light. They only spoke about God being light. And it's all about light. Not only just they gave that knowledge of light, but they also had that power because they straight away entered into the body. For example, Buddhism. Gautama Buddha, Gautama, he was just a Siddhartha Gautama. He became Buddha when he got that new soul of Buddha entered into his body. Now, even Jesus Christ, the soul of Christ has entered into the body of Jesus, and the soul of Acharya entered into Shankara. The soul of Guru entered into the Nanak and then Sikhism. Then the soul of Prophet entered into the body of Muhammad, and Muslims is established. And likewise, as you see, majorly these 6 religions, the soul has directly entered, and then the result is they have given a beautiful religion to the world to sustain peace and stability in the world, and at the same time equality as well. But as you see, after they come, they establish, and they have to leave the body because nobody is permanent. Whether the soul enters from the womb, whether the soul enters directly from the womb, they have to leave the body. And then they are in the cycle of the birth and death. But these religious leaders, they hold great power because in the whole story, they have a greater responsibility to establish the religion. But after establishing religions, after the due course, when these religions reach to their impure stage, into too much of pollution, multiplication, corruption is happening in these religions, and the preliminary concept that it has started itself is missing, then these religions cannot help people to attain salvation or liberation. So when at the end of the cycle, at the end of this tree, the seed only has to come, and then he will go everybody home. At that time, the seed will have the power not only to speak about the true religion, but also he has the power to carry us home back. He also gives us the power to practice what he is speaking in order to make our return easy, comfortable, and also to enter the cycle back in a very nice, position. So the seed here will speak, come and give us the knowledge that there are 2 types of religions. One is the religion of the body. The other one is the religion of the soul. Religion means practices. So the practices of the body are a bit different from each other, having their own due meanings for each and every practice. But every practice in any religion did not help us to connect to God directly. After practicing so many traditions and rituals, still our lifestyle was going down, 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 down. So who can uplift us? The seed has to come to uplift us. And the seed doesn't come just like that, because people would not really understand, because the religious leaders, religious scriptures, religious material is so much in this world, is so much in this creation, that if God directly comes truly also, we wouldn't really recognize the truth that this is God. First of all, we lost our own purity. And second, we are influenced greatly by these scriptural knowledge. So when the seed comes, seed is also supreme soul. He is also a soul. He is a point of light. So for every soul to come and do any task, perform any task, needs a body. And as you see, all these religious souls, they don't really come by the womb. Similarly, God, the seed of the whole tree of Kalpa, he would enter into a body and he would manifest himself. He would speak the secrets and he would give you the remaining, how much time is there, what should we do, all these things that he would give. Okay, this is what I just want to show you completely. As you see that here, these are the 4 different stages that I was talking about: gold, silver, copper, and iron. And every branch has to go through those stages, different stages. Every religion will go through different stages. And then when the tree is getting older, all the religions will become wilting, which means the stage will be the last stage of the religions, which means the religion is might was the slogan in the beginning, but now there is no might, there is no light in any of the religions. Then the seed has to come to establish the true religion by closing the whole material of all the religions, the true religion of peace and purity. And that existed only when the deities were there. And who are the deities? They're also looking like human beings. But then those deities are being made by God in the old world. Those souls who listen to God and they choose to follow his directions to be part of his kingdom in a very pure and non-violent manner, they will be helped by God and they will receive complete inheritance. Well, let us see these things first. Kalpa Vriksha, as you see, this particular image can give more light. As you see, those few souls are here in the root, and this is the Sun dynasty, Moon dynasty. Golden Age, Silver Age, Copper Age, the devotion have started. And then this is Islam. Islam is the first religion which has come. Though the Hinduism was there, but it was not a very much, structured religion that people have believed it to be a religion in the beginning. Because of the idol worship, this branch has come out against the idol worship. They were not very happy with the idol worship and they had that visions. And so Abraham has started this one. And then here, Gautam Buddha has started the Buddhism here. And every religion has such beautiful story of inception, a revolutionary thought and a revolutionary practice has started the foundation for every religion. And whenever there was a need and there was very much what you call challenges for the stability not to be there in the human beings, when there was no stability, equality, respect in living, then every time that type of crisis, when it came out, then religions were established according to the need to fulfill the need of the hour, to cater the needs of the human beings. And so as you see, these are the different branches on both the sides. There are so many things. And here God comes into an old body and gives this knowledge that children, it's time. He comes like a reminder. It's time for us to practice purity now. Please connect with your own self, considering that you are a point of light, a being of peace, and make your life like lotus like this, a lotus-like life. Lotus always is in the dirty waters, but still it is beyond the effect of the dirt. And so here, this is the end, and we will discuss about the end. Let's see how this whole thing will get close. Some words are written here. Vinash kale viprita buddhi vijayanti. Vinash kale prita buddhi vinashanti. Brother Ben, did you recognize, did you hear this before? Because as I understand, you have a little bit of Indian words and Indian culture, a little bit introduced to. Do you know this?
No, I can't recognize this.
Okay.
Maybe you
Vinash
could
kale,
explain, yeah.
okay. Okay. Vinash kale prita buddhi vijayanti. In the time of chaos and destruction, at the end, it is all about destruction. So during the time of destruction, one who has loving intellect with God shall really become victorious. And at the time of destruction, those who have non-loving intellect towards God, they will become part of the destruction. So this is the meaning of it. Now, what is loving intellect and what is not? And at this time, we also recognize the treasures of life as God spoken and has given. Baba said that the treasures of life means your thoughts. All these treasures God has given to the whole creation, each and every human being in an abundant manner. But then because we did not realize and value them, so we have misused them a lot. Number 1 is thoughts. Number 2, words. Number 3, time. Number 4, actions, knowledge, virtues, powers, breath as well. So these are the 8, but there are more you can add. Even your dreams, even your relationships, everything is a treasure of life. So take care of the treasures and utilize them in a worthwhile way so that you can increase your treasures than lose them. Here you see Kalpa tree, and I would like you to pay attention at this particular part. A and B on the above, during the time of destruction or transformation, one who has loving intellect towards God, the Father, they become jewels of victory. And during that time of same destruction, same time, those who have non-loving intellect for the then they become part of the destruction. So here, who are the loving and who are the non-loving intellect people? Who bring destruction close? They become right hand to God. Those who listen to him and practice, they become right hand to God, and they also work to bring the destruction close. Loving intellect means they will have lot of acceptance that God the Father, who we have to accept is God, number one. We all love God, but
Excuse
do
me,
we
sir.
accept him? Yes.
Excuse, sorry, you need to centralize this page. We're not seeing it clearly.
Say it.
Maybe you need to centralize
Okay.
the page.
Okay, maybe like this is better.
We're
Loving
not-
intellect, non-loving. Are you able to see?
Okay, it's coming up, just coming up.
Okay, thank you. So loving intellect towards God and non-loving intellect towards God. These people are jewels of victory, which means that
No, we can't see. We can't see.
you
The
can't
page
see
is not.
anything on the screen.
It was just this. Is it destruction? That's the only thing we saw. The destruction.
What about others?
But I'm
Brother Femi?
seeing,
It's
I'm
good.
seeing.
It's clear, but
It's
it's
good
too.
here.
Okay, maybe internet system. Okay, you know, sometimes when internet is not there, it becomes very slow and blurry.
It's not the internet. It's too bold. So it's not coming up very well. It's too big, too bold.
Is
Can
it?
you reduce? Can you try to reduce your page? Just reduce it a little bit on your own. Maybe it will come. That's what I did, and I'm seeing.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah, just reduce it a bit.
Okay, we've reduced.
Is it
Okay.
okay now?
Yes, please.
It's better.
Thank you.
Lovely. Thank
Yeah.
you, Brother Bean. Thank you, Brother
Thank
Femi.
you.
Thank you. So as you see, loving intellect means those who bring the destruction close, they become the right hand to God. Now here, it's all a matter of understanding. Those non-loving intellect people also have an understanding that God is light, God is our Father. He's a resident of the land beyond. He's the supreme soul. He's a liberator, guide. He's our Father. They have the complete knowledge what these loving intellect people have, non-loving intellect people also have. Both the souls have same knowledge, but the faith, acceptance, there is vast difference that these people, as soon as they get this knowledge, they start accepting. Loving intellect means they start accepting the God as he is and what he is. They become obedient and honest to God. And in their meditation, they are very much openly sharing and then taking help and light from God the Father. They become more faithful because they cannot perform any type of action of giving sorrow to anybody. And they are loyal, following his directions. And here, these non-loving intellect people, they also have everything, but they fall short in practices, no realization and no transformation. You know, once you accept something about God and you start practicing it, maybe you need to do some sacrifice, like we are learning meditation. Now, if you want to continue meditation, you need to give time to it. Without giving time to it, we cannot really master it. So those who realize, they give time. Those who don't realize, then they cannot practice, they don't have time, they cannot transform. So this is the major difference. Did you understand, Brother Bain?
Yes, very well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. So finally, the whole world is divided into two portions. Those souls who have loving intellect for God and those souls who doesn't have loving intellect for God. Those who doesn't have any loving intellect, they become part of the destruction. Now we need to understand what is destruction. Can I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Thank you. So destruction means transformation. It happens in three ways. Number one is through atomic or nuclear wars. Number two is by natural calamities. Number three is civil wars. As you see, countries like America, they are just 500 years old. Singapore is 150 years old. So every country and every culture has an age limit that they have started with. So which means that the destruction in those countries in the last cycle happened with nuclear weapons, because nuclear weapons have radiation. Atomic explosions have radiation. The first atomic explosion ever conducted in Hiroshima, Nagasaki in 1942 still is suffering with radiation. Am I right? Are you aware about it?
Yes, yes.
Great. So in 1942, an atomic explosion which is made in Hiroshima, Nagasaki has still having a radiation. Still children are taking birth with physically handicapped, mentally retardation and all of that. Imagine today it is 2023. The nuclear manufacturing is very advanced, more refined than 1942. It's about close to another 20 years, it is 100 years. So in 75 years, the nuclear development has been enormously, intensely high. So today's nuclear weapon, if it explodes, the radiation will go for how long in the cycle? For 2,500 years, for sure, minimum. So for golden and silver age, no country will be there. No America, no Europe, and nothing, because they're all having the nuclear weapons. Well, Africa, India, they are very good people. They are very strong in their culture. And especially India and Africa, there's no atomic war happening. Only civil wars and natural calamities. That's why these lands exist in Golden Age also. Isn't it a good news? I would like to share how it happens. Civil wars, natural calamities, atomic explosions. You have been seeing the examples. You have been seeing the rehearsals of it. One day it will happen like this. The whole old world disappears from the map. A new world, golden age, begins. It happens like it happened in 17th century. In 17th century, there was a city in the Rome called Pompeii. Pompeii was very rich and famous for its music, culture, wine, everything. Everything happened in 24 hours. Everything happened in 24 hours. The city of Pompeii disappeared from the map. After how many years? 1,700 years. That's what they say, predictions. After so long, there was a king in Rome, and he was searching to open a new capital. So for his new capital, he was searching good land, and he reached this place. And in the excavations, they found plenty things, and still the excavations are going on. How a city disappeared in 24 hours. And at that time, people do not know what is volcano. Possibly in the history of mankind, this whole thing has happened with the volcanic eruption. And so the whole city got submerged in lava. That is a molten rock material. That is fall of Pompeii. And today what we see in the world is the pomp of Maya. Pomp means the hype of Maya. Everything is attractive, everything is loud, everything is looking to be good, but it's a complete package always. That is the reason why. Don't think that whatever we choose is going to be permanently giving happiness to us. Nothing like that shall happen. And that is the reason God the Father comes into the end of the cycle. In the old world, he comes into the old body and he does sapling. Sapling means, you know what is sapling? Before the whole world finishes up, he does the sapling. What is sapling? Do you know, Brother Bain, Brother Femi?
No, I don't.
Sapling means, Sister Jomoke, do you know?
No, I don't.
Okay, so this is a word which is used for gardening. When a plant is overgrown and is not giving any fruits, you chop it and you choose a part of the branch and you start producing it as new again. Like cassava. You see cassava and yam. Yam's head is cut and put in the soil, then it will grow. Then cassava's sticks, we cut and we put and it will grow. So which means what I mean to say here is sapling is taking, God comes and he chooses the souls, those who have already come in the last past cycle in heaven. Those souls are chosen, they are trained, tuned, polished, divinized, moralized. All types of ethics and wisdom is taught. New knowledge is given for them to practice and to enter into the new world. Well, God the Father is God for everybody in the whole world, to all the religions, to all the isms, to everybody. But then everybody will not listen to him as the golden aged souls listen to him. That's why the whole world is divided into two, that loving intellect and non-loving intellect. The loving intellect people, in love, they can do anything. In love, they can sacrifice. In love, they can practice purity. In love, they can do impossible into possible. For many, it is very much impossible to remain pure, physically and spiritually. For many, it is very much difficult to become a vegetarian. For many, it is very much difficult for them to become a non-violent person. On the name of religion, on the name of God, they are doing a lot of violence. As you see here, God comes and does sapling, taking out those souls, choosing them, and God will establish one religion and a new tree shall begin. Because now, you know the banyan tree's branches are too wide. And after a long time, when the branches grow too much, then they start coming down and enter into this thing, soil. But then branches are branches. Now the tree, the moment the branches are widely growing, the root gets dried up and the root gets damaged. The moment root gets dried up, then slowly the tree also will decay. The whole human tree will decay, which means no values, no qualities, no specialities in life, in action. So God has to come and do the sapling and has to create a new tree and have to chop the whole tree which is getting decayed. You can't just watch a tree getting decayed every day in front of you. You have to do the sapling. So God the Father, he is the living seed. He comes and establishes 3 religions, it is written, but it is not a religion, but it is a belief system. Number 1 is God's dynasty. Number 2 is Sun dynasty. Number 3 is Moon dynasty. These Sun and Moon dynasties come in golden and silver ages in the cycle. God's dynasty come now. That is, it's a very incognito. We cannot call it as a dynasty. We cannot call it as a religion because there's nothing very strong forever, because today they listen to the knowledge and they become Brahmin immediately because they recognize God as he is and they start practicing meditation. But in between, if Maya, the Satan, comes and influences them, that is the anger, greed, lust, attachment, and jealousy, hatred, and all these worldly attractions, they can pull out and say, what is this meditation all about? Why do you have to do? Well, should be a retirement plan. Not now, don't waste your time. That's it. So there is no guarantee for anybody in this end of the cycle that we will be constantly moving in this path of meditation. That is the reason a fixed number cannot be given. A fixed number is there for Sun dynasty and Moon dynasty people. Now, a link is shared for the Pompeii city video. I will show you after this. Sun dynasty, Moon dynasty is called as day of Brahma. Brahma because it is through Brahma the creation is done, and through Vishnu it is, as I explained before, sustenance and destruction, the three roles of God. Sorry to show you these images that are made in India. They look more Indian. It doesn't mean that Africans cannot really come. It's about just they are common like this. The souls will be more beautiful. As you see these images in front, both lady and man, both of them, they are called as Lakshmi and Narayan. They are the deities of rulers of the golden age. And you have margin, anybody can become these two. If you want to become, just be enthusiastic and start practicing meditation, cleanse yourself, take God's power every day, do your Amrit Vela, that is early morning meditation, and it is, you can claim the position. And so this is day of Brahma and night of Brahma. It is written in the scriptures actually. What does it actually means? Nobody knows. So this is a path of righteousness, path of knowledge. The day means day of knowledge, which means that the knowledge, the light of knowledge is in the intellect, and a soul knows what is truth, and truth is what is constant. What is constant is we are the souls. And the day of purity, practicing purity, is also called as the day of Brahma. Half a cycle it will go on. This also will goes on half a cycle. In Copper and Iron ages, it is called as night, which means lot of devotion, which means rituals, traditions are there. And this is a path of ignorance. They think everything to be God, and they put God in everything. And finally, they are lost and disconnected. So the practices of rituals and impurity is more here. And this also goes half a cycle. This is called as land of happiness. This is called as land of sorrow, land of eternity, land of death. Because body consciousness, here there is soul consciousness. And this is a land of complete health, wealth, prosperity, happiness, everything is there. Here, sorrow, disease, wars, conflicts, and it's a land of duality. People say something, do something. In front of you, they are different. Behind you, they are totally different. And so you can see in my badge also. See, did you see my badge? Are you able to see my badge here? The badge is having Lakshmi and Narayan, which means I am a student. Who will wear badge? Only students will wear badge. So I am a godly student. I study this godly knowledge and also share it with others. And so the badge depicts the aim and motto that from ordinary, I want to become a deity like these people. And for this, I don't need to really do any rituals, or I don't need to get into any blind faith. I just have to sit and consciously meditate and take light from God and try to change my inner world, my inner personality, and make it more divine. From ordinary, I have to raise myself. And in this journey, God is the only teacher, God is the only supporter, and God is the only helper. He would certainly help us. If you want, Father will help, isn't it? If a child is not interested to take help from the parent and is not obedient, the parents also, what can they do? In the same way, God also, what can he do if souls, children, creation is not interested to take help from the Father? Would you like to watch the video today or tomorrow? It's getting too late, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you. So tomorrow we'll watch that short video of the story of Pompeii, how the fall of Pompeii happened in Rome. Do you have any
Yeah, there's
questions?
something I could not. If you go back, can you go back to the tree?
Okay,
Can you go back to the tree?
sure. Are you able to see?
Not yet.
Is
Not
this
yet.
the-
No, not this. The tree.
Okay. Is this the one you want to see?
The tree. All right,
Yes,
this
the-
one. Yes, yes, please. There was something I could not take in very much. The Abraham religion. Maybe I need to check this. You describe it as Islam. I didn't quite take that in.
Hmm.
I
And
didn't quite take that.
yes,
See,
yes.
I just
But I think
request
I
you.
think, and you said more, and because Abraham religion is not Islam,
Islam.
just in case, it's
And then you,
Judaism.
Yes, it's Judaism. It's Judaic cult actually he
Yes.
started, and his own children went out, and one started Christianity, the other one Isa Musa, they say. But according to what we have studied here, see, whatever is being told here, you can just understand in a gross level and try to absorb the essence. If something is not colluding with your understanding, just leave that part anyway, it was not important to know. The detailing is all about that the tree is
Okay.
overgrown. The tree is overgrown and the root is completely
Okay.
decayed. And so everyone has become irreligious and anti-religious now. In fact, everyone is against their own religion. How? I will let you know. See, Buddhism, for example, the main concept of Buddhism is non-violence. And so Gautama Buddha was completely non-violent. And the religions that are, the countries that are following this religion is Japan and China. In Japan and China, people don't even leave ants, snakes, and what do we call mosquitoes, everything they eat. Rats, cockroaches, worms, earthworms, I don't know what not, they eat everything. Is this non-violence? They eat even live bugs,
uh-huh.
and they eat human beings, human babies. There's nothing that which is left. So this is the land where Buddhism is spread widely, Japan and China. And they do so much of violence. Are they not against their own religion? Now coming to here, that is even the path of renunciation. They believe now God is completely omnipresent. Is it not really bad? Because God is not omnipresent. They believe God is omnipresent. So in this way, they are misguiding everybody, connecting to everything possible in the world. The intention might not be bad, but then the whole truth itself is missing, isn't it? They are not able to connect directly to God. And here in Islam, they said that God is light, and they have condemned the idol worship. But in their pilgrimage, it is the ancient temple of Shiva, of Hindus, that they have taken it. And it is actually Muhammad Prophet who did all these things, because in the history it is written. I don't need to get into details, that Muhammad has really left his place because of his radical thinking. His father has, could not really sustain him. And so his father was an idol worshipper. He was a sculptor who were making idols. And so Muhammad, with his rational thinking, he left his place and then he went to his uncle's place. His uncle was a priest in the temple, Hindu temple of Shiva temple. And there is this idol, black stone like this. And so one day, as he grew with his uncle, he killed his uncle and he has taken charge of the temple, and he changed, renovated, removed all the Hindu type look, and then immediately he said, this is the stone called as Sange Aswad, and he started, that is the place of Hajj. Now that Hajj is also called as Makkeshwar. Makkeshwar means Makkah, the holy land of Makkah. So Hindus call it as Makkeshwar and Muslims call it as the holy Makkah, which is called as Hajj. And they don't worship idols, but they go to Hajj. Why? Because there is a special stone which is not there in any mosque. And so they touch that black stone, they kiss it, and they would say that this is God. So those who doesn't worship idols, they are going against their own principles. Apart from all that, Muslims actually, they have these two major principles in their religion. Number one, that they should not consume alcohol. Number two, they should not really do business with money, trading with money, lending and trading with money, taking interests and, doing that business of currency. But nowadays, most of the Muslim countries, especially those who are producing alcohol, is Saudi, Arab countries, they're all Muslim faith. Then alcohol, Dubai alcohol, foreign alcohol, it is quite famous over there. And the second thing is about the business of the currency. Most of the banks are in Singapore. Singapore is a Muslim country. So the Muslim-based country, it's equally over 99% are Muslims. So when you see these statistics, the countries that believe and follow these religions, they really don't follow the belief systems in the religions. They're against in following, in practice, it is completely different. And now coming to Christianity, in Christianity, they say, Jesus Christ said, God is peace, God is love, God is truth. But then the most of the atomic productions are in America, Russia. These are Christian countries. So these atomic manufacturing, atom bombs and other ammunition, I'm sure they can never bring peace. So when we look at all of these things, every religion, it has spread widely in the whole story and it has lost its roots. And people are now just followers, but not followers of the practitioners of the message. They are followers of the messengers, but not practitioners of the message given by the messengers. So now at the end, it is nobody's mistake again. All of these chaotic situations, why they are all dramatically happening and very chaotically happening, at the end of it, certainly God the Father will come and stabilize everything by establishing one deity religion and by closing all the religions of the body. So when the cycle will end, then all the religions are closed. All the souls will leave back home with the Father. But those, before leaving, those who listen to the Father, those who connect themselves and take the power from the Father, those who transform themselves before the change. So that now you find three types of souls at the end, apart from loving, non-loving intellect people. Loving intellect people are those who transform, change before the change. And in loving intellect also, there are two types of people who change before the change with faith and determination. And the second variety is who change along with the change. A non-loving intellect, there are no 2-3 varieties. These non-loving intellect people, they also know what is God, who is God, and know this knowledge completely, but they lack in practicing it. No realization, no transformation. So what will they become? They become part of the debris. They cannot change before the change. They cannot even change along with the change. So they will become part of the debris. So what if you change before the change, you will become successful. You can claim the complete inheritance from God. But if you change along with the change, then also you will survive at least. But if you don't change, even along with the change, whatever is happening around, then we'll become part of the debris. This is the whole understanding about the final transformation or destruction or change. Is it okay, Brother Bain?
Yes, just one more question.
Yes, please.
From the tree and from whatever you have described so far,
yes, please.
what I could understand. If you look at the world as it stands today, I think we are getting close to this because everything is happening exactly as you are saying it right now in the world. So when are we expecting the seed? It means the seed will be here anytime from now. And when it comes, how do we recognize him?
Great. Tomorrow.
Okay.
Because it's a bit late. And so now today's special meditation. Please, before you sleep, apart from the thoughts that you have been taking, you have to sit and feel that you are close to the seed. As you see the tree here in this image, just feel yourself that you're sitting in the roots along with the seed, and you're taking power from the seed and you are spreading into the branches. And you're sustaining whole branches because everything is getting chaotic. So there's no more religious leaders, no more religions which are going to come anyway. So we are at the fag end of the cycle. So to make things more peacefully and to allow the transformation or transition or destruction to happen properly, we just have to be composed, connected with the seed. And because whatever is going to happen, there is great benefit in it. So let's focus on the benefit than getting into the damage that will happen for sure. Because after the damage only, the establishment will happen. So we feel it is a damage. And actually these damages have been created over a due course of time in the cycle, and they have to be removed. They were not part of the cycle in the beginning. These fungus-like vices have erupted in human souls, and they have been eating away. We're ruling on the human souls. It's time that a major surgery happens spiritually on every soul to be cleansed, to be removed, these vices which are ruling inside, the Satan that you call, or Ravan, or Shaitan has to go away, and we become pure, clean, and divine. And this will happen only in the company of God. So from today onwards, just focus on your meditation, make time, and repeat that class of meditation that you have had. Early in the morning, wake up and sit with lot of love. Wash your hands and legs and face and sit with lots of love. That morning meditation is very, very magical. Explore that time. Make that time worthwhile and just sit in that silence. If you want, I can send you these meditation commentaries in English. And it's time for you to connect for certain other in-depth churning that happens every Wednesday in the evening, Lagos time 5:30, and every Saturday it happens about the living values. So how to increase the inner values. For all of those things, we have to be connected regularly. I hope you will enjoy the company, my company, God's company. Regularly, we can be connected to update ourselves and inspire our practices. Am I right?
Yes, thank you.
Yes,
Welcome.
thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you very much.
Good night. Thank you.
Good
Om
night.
Shanti.
Good night. Om Shanti. See you tomorrow. All the best for your homework.
Thank
And
you.
excuse me, want to tell you something. Sunday, you
Yes.
all have to come, Sister Jumoke. Sunday, 11 o'clock in the morning, you have to come to
Oh,
the center.
oh,
That is this Sunday, coming Sunday.
oh.
Yes, we're going to have a special gathering on Sunday. Brother Femi, please make time. And we're going to have lunch together. And I'm making special things for you. Yes,
Thank you.
jollof rice, puff puff, and no, we're making rice, stew, puff puff, and donut. And one Indian kheer will be there with carrots. You will enjoy.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
I look forward. We are very small, short in number, but we are very powerful. So I look forward to meet all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Om Shanti.
Om
Om
Shanti.
Shanti.
Good night.